Hi friends, so today we'll be looking at this very useful design pattern which is called the thread pool design pattern. So what thread pool design pattern means is that uh, we have a pool of threads. So pool means a group of threads basically, which is uh, each of which is reading a task from this task queue. So these are looking on this task queue, observing this task queue every time, and whenever this task queue has an unfinished task, a new fresh task coming in, one of the one of the worker threads from the thread pool will pick up that task and execute it. And as soon as that task gets executed, it's being added to the new queue, which is the completed tasks queue. So let's say client requests for a task, then it will be first added to the queue, then a worker thread will pick up the task from the queue, and then when it is completed, it will push the task into this completed tasks queue, and the client will get response from here. And as soon as it pushes the completed task into this new queue, the worker thread now becomes free, so it can now pick up a new fresh task from the task queue and execute it. So what is the major benefit? We can concurrently execute a lot of tasks in various threads. But now you can say we can do one more thing. Whenever client sends a request, we execute it in a single thread, so we do not create multiple threads. That way our response time will be very high, that is, the speed of giving response will be very low. So that way we will not be able to handle a large amount of traffic. So that's why we must create these threads. So you will argue another thing now, that why not create threads when required, that is on demand. So one major benefit over that is, suppose you see that the client is giving me a task to execute. Okay, so now I will create a new thread, but that will create some overhead, because thread creation has some overhead, and thread destroying is also have some overhead. So basically the response time to the client increases, and if you already have a created thread, you can just give it the task to execute. So one major benefit is this, that the response time to the client is decreased very much. Another thing, fine-tune thread pool size as per machine resources and traffic requirements. So first thing is machine resources. Let's say your machine can simultaneously handle only 50 requests, but let's say, so this method is better, this methodology is better in that case also. Why? Because I will create only 50 threads, worker threads in my thread pool. But let's say if you are using the on-demand approach, let's say 200 requests come, so you create 200 threads, and your machine is very slow and it cannot perform other tasks, and the context switch is so fast that the reply also comes very late. So those things can happen. So if you take up much of the machine resources, then also it is not good, because then the machine cannot even perform its bookkeeping tasks, that is the switching between threads and all those things. So it cannot do those also properly. So the thread pool has a benefit that we can limit the number of threads, and we can let some of the clients wait in the task queue. Another thing is traffic requirements. So let's say we have a requirement of only 50 clients, so we will create only 50 threads in the thread pool. So, and we will not create more than that. So we can adjust, increase and decrease according to the traffic requirements. Another thing is there can be a master thread which accepts the client requests and distributes them among the worker threads. So master thread, okay, so these worker threads, they can actually listen on this task queue. They can listen on this task queue, and whenever there is a fresh task added to a task queue, one of the worker threads can pick up. So the master thread need not do the actual distributing. They can automatically listen to it. But the master thread needs to do one more thing, which is very important. It needs to create those threads in the thread pool initially. So it has to start all these threads in the beginning. So that thing, the thread pool creation has to be done by the master thread, and it can also dynamically change the pool size. Let's say traffic requirement is very low, so it can decrease the pool size. Requirements increases, it can increase the pool size. All those things it can do according to a pre-specified algorithm. So it also takes care of getting the requests and replying to the client. So those things are handled by this master thread. So basically worker threads are basically focusing on executing one task, nothing more than that. So they just focus on picking up one task from the task queue, executing it, pushing it to the completed task queue. Again, I get free. If I find one more task in task queue, unfinished task, I take it, execute it, and push into the complete task queue. So their job is just that. So all the other bookkeeping and other activities, the managing of all these threads, worker threads, is done by the master thread. Hope it's clear. Thank you, friends.